Hey there, my name is Lei. Today I would like to talk about the what kind of life you can have in a small town of China. Take my mom as an example. She's retired, but she used to be a civil servant in this small town. She has spent her almost 30 years to be working here. Yes, so she's retired now, and I just introduce her day to you guys first. So in this town, she wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning in summertime because we're going to have this sunrise in 3 o'clock. Yes, you heard it right. We have sunrise in 3 o'clock in this northeast part of China, in this small town of China. Yeah. So my mom would usually wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning and buy some food or cook by herself. Then she will go to work at 8 a.m. or 8:10 because it's not far to walk from my home to her workplace, and so her work schedule is from 8:30 in the morning to 11:30, and then you have almost 2 hours break. So from 2 p.m. to 5:30, that's work time. So after 5:30, you are free to go. My mom would usually come back home at 5:40, or sometimes maybe 6 p.m. if she go to the grocery stores. The life in a small town is very simple. You just work from Monday to Friday, and you have weekend holidays. You don't work overtime. Of course, there are pros and cons to be living in this kind of small town. First, you can pretty much have everything in small town. Like you live in the big city, for example, the second tier city, Harbin, you have to maybe sometimes drive for an hour to go somewhere and do something. But here in the small town, there's no place for you to drive for an hour. So the second pro is that things are cheap here. And the second good thing is that people here are usually don't work overtime. You know what I mean, overtime. That's a pain in the ass for those citizens in the big cities. So, but here in a small town, no one actually work overtime, except some special work such as the police officer. Yeah, they work overtime sometimes. And there's one thing I want to talk about. I don't know, I should say it's a pro or it's a con. You can literally know everyone in this entire town. I'm not sure that's a good thing or bad thing, because let's say if you have someone that you don't like, but maybe you can see him every week or every day, perhaps, yeah, that's happened. But let's say if you like someone, well, that's a good thing, right? So that's a pro and cons of living in this town. There's one more con to be living in this kind of small town, is that not many job opportunities here in this town, especially for those youngsters. If you studied information technology such as me, if you studied some high-tech professionals in universities, you won't find a suitable job in this small town. See, that's the thing. When I was a teenager, live in this small town, 13 years old, probably around that time, sometimes I wonder, I feel like there's an invisible wall that blocks me from the outside world. That's a con, because you don't have many places to go, to be honest, especially in this northeast part of China. For example, if there is a small town in southern China, for example, those villages, if you live in one of the villages in the south, you can easily to go to the other villages, go to the other cities by just not too much time of driving. But here in this northeast part of China, the small town is like it's far away from each other. for example, if I want to go to Harbin City, I have to take like 8 hours driving because that's 500, almost 600 kilometers away from Harbin City. But if this is a small town in southern China, you would probably very it will be probably very easy for you to travel between different towns or different villages or different cities because they are like linked together. I mean, the transportation is very good. Whereas here in a small town, we don't have the airplane, we don't have the train. We have coach only, and private cars, of course. There's one more pro of living in this kind of small town is that there's no air pollution at all. You can see stars at night. I haven't seen stars at night in big cities for a long time, but here in this small town like this, if anyone knows the language, tell me. You got the sand. So here's a beautiful riverside, another riverside of this of my town. Okay, I think that's the video for today. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.